Hello, my name is Kevin, and I'm a sugarholic. Junk food junkie. I'm a candy man. And I get it honest. Growing up, my mother used to think that anything in life can be made better by a trip to the Dairy Queen, and I believed her. You know, I wasn't always ashamed of the fact that I eat like a 10-year-old white trash redneck child. Until I was in my 20s and I found myself in Nashville, Tennessee, working for a restaurant corporation. I and 12 other losers would travel around the United States opening new restaurants and teaching people the joys of pre-bussing a table or the 9 ingredients of a Cobb salad. One night at the Ramada Inn in a suburb north of Akron, Ohio, we're in Molly's room. Molly was the training coordinator, so she had the suite. She just kind of she was reminiscing about that scholarship to Vanderbilt and that dual degree in social studies education. And she just blurted out, was it one event or a series of small bad decisions that landed me here today? And we all realized that after college we had adapted to the life of a restaurant server while we were looking for that perfect job. And now we had decided that we were going to stand up on our hind legs and evolve. Even though we were going to stick to this same job for a while, we were going to become better people. We were going to start reading books, and we were going to exercise, we were going to jog, and we were talking about spirituality, and then someone mentioned better diets, and I went, whoa, hold on. I'm a ding-dong eater. I like ho-hos and yoo-hoo. And in times of crisis, Little Debbie is my best friend. And in that moment, I was chastised and ostracized. And I realized I had to take my sugar consumption underground. So every day I would get up and jog the 2.3 miles with everyone else. I would sit at lunch and order my salad dressing on the side, but in secret I was sneaking out. And as they put on 5 or 6 pounds from eating brown rice and whatever else the garbage they were putting in their bodies, I was going out with the crew, drinking till 3 a.m., getting up at 7, and with a pot of coffee, a box of glazed donuts, and a pocket full of Smarties. I was making it through the day. I was running circles around them. I was the Energizer Bunny, and I had the focus and the concentration of a poker player. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Kevin, oh my God, that sounds great. How can I get on this diet? And better yet, have you told Oprah? But there is a downside when sugar binging, because what goes up must come down. It's called the sugar crash. First, your hands start to shake, and then your knees get weak, and then you get very emotional, like you'll cry at car commercials. Zoom, zoom. And then the room starts to get fuzzy, and it starts to spin, and then Sybil. You turn into this self-righteous, condescending harpy that tears up everything in front of it. It's kind of like being Ann Coulter without the black dress. I could manage the sugar crash most of the time, but every once in a while it would catch me off guard. We were traveling somewhere in Louisiana, and it was close to my birthday, and I invited everyone traveling to go out for a nice dinner. And one by one, they all canceled, till it was just me and Molly. I became suspicious. I was thinking, birthday party. And you know what that means. Sheet cake. Sheet cake and Coca-Cola. So Molly and I were having dinner, and every 15 minutes she'd look at her watch, she'd get up and make phone calls, and when they presented the dessert, I refused. I knew what was in my future, even though my hands were starting to tremble already. When we got back to her suite, I ran in and I ran into the kitchenette. Where was it? Where's the 2-liter of Coke? Where's the red Solo cups and the sheet cake? Nowhere to be found. I walked into the living room, and there were my friends, 4 of them, sitting in chairs. I waited for them to jump up and shout surprise, but they didn't, and I was, oh, that's right, we're adults now, we've evolved. Molly took a seat. There was my friend April, the simple and sweet hostess trainer. John, the 32-year-old dishwasher trainer with a ponytail down his back. And Molly, the other server trainer. And then there was this lady, Judy. She was in a smart little outfit, little suit. And she spoke in low and soft tones. And she stood up and she said, "My name's Judy. And your friends have invited me here tonight to help facilitate tonight's activities." Oh my God, a party planner! I am so excited. I am psyched at this point. So I sit down and Molly has a little letter she's going to read me. Oh my goodness. And she opens it up and she says, "I love you very much." Oh my God. This is so sweet. And my knees start to get weak. And she starts to talk about me and how much she loves me until she gets to that phrase, "But your behavior of late has affected my life negatively in the following ways." Wait a minute. This isn't my birthday party. This is an intervention. You have an intervention for a sugar addiction? What is that? And then April starts to talk. "Sometimes you just get really mean. Like that time you said it wasn't the fact I didn't know how to do my job, it's just the fact I was blonde." Well, I had said it, but I was crashing at the time. Or John is reading his letter, and he's like, "Dude, I've been here myself, and like, dude, an inpatient facility is not, inpatient facility, what is an inpatient facility for someone who has a sugar addiction? It's like a Whole Foods with beds. I don't know what's going on here." And I'm starting to get emotional. Where is the sheet cake? Lori opens up her letter and she just starts crying. "I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. And I went through this with my dad and I can go with this with you." And I'm like, "Lori, buck up. Your dad had a cocaine addiction." I don't have a cocaine addiction. I have a sugar addiction. She goes, "Well, I came to your room this morning and you had like this powder." I was eating those donuts, those little frosted donuts. And she said, "We went to the mall the other day and you were all sweet, and then all of a sudden you got mean, and then you disappeared and you came back and you were rubbing your gum. I had a Cinnabon and a raisin got caught in my tooth. Does anyone in the room have a fucking Tic Tac?" About that time, Judy, the intervention wench, gets up and blah, 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 calm down, and I realized I had to take control of the situation. I grabbed Molly by the hand. We went down the hallway, down the stairs to the vending machine, and being a good sugar addict, I had a pocket full of quarters. Bang, 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 into the machine. I picked up my bounty, I went back, and I set everyone down. And I ripped open those Twizzlers, and I didn't eat one delicately at a time. Oh, no. The whole pack. And they're staring in surprise as I take whole M&Ms and wash them down with 16 ounces of Mountain Dew. And I start to return to my own jovial self. See, guys, it's just the sugar, not cocaine. So I had to come clean with all my binging and my hiding. I had to make some concessions. I had to agree to eat food that end in vowel sounds, like tofu and avocado, quinoa. I didn't go into therapy that night. I didn't go into rehab. But I've been in recovery now for 18 years from sugar, and I've been clean for about 15 minutes. I don't travel anywhere in Virginia without gummy bears. But if you're ever in D.C. and you happen to be going down U Street and you see me panhandling outside Cake Love, don't judge me. Just do me a favor. Walk on by. Thank you.